Tonight on Eyewitness News 5:30, the Statue of Liberty is the star this weekend as the 4th of July focuses on the freedom she stands for. Live reports on the celebrations coming up. Denise DeCenzo tonight at the GHO. Denise.
The first round of the GHO gets underway today. Pesky showers, though, cause some delays. We'll have complete coverage and a rundown of the leaders in the clubhouse. Don?
Also tonight, Health Team 3, another salvo in Connecticut's gasoline pricing investigation, Connecticut's River Festival, and much more coming up on Channel 3's Eyewitness News 5:30 next.
You know, I'm single, and a lot of people assume that means I can't cook. And it's just not true. A lot of times I'll invite a woman over to my house, make her dinner, and they don't seem to like oatmeal, and they'll leave. But I haven't had that trouble since I discovered pan pizza. I'll pick one up, take it home. Women love it. I can fill 10, 15 tables a night at my place now. Next week I'm putting in video games. You think that's too much?
Robin Williams. No one else could be funnier. No one else could be crazier.
They said that you weren't fit to sleep with pigs, but I stood up for you.
What'd you say?
I said you were.
All right.
Am I going to be able to take a decent shower?
On the case.
Harold Ramis, the director of National Lampoon's Vacation, now takes Robin Williams
Oh, bye.
and Peter O'Toole to Club Paradise, rated PG-13. Sneak preview Saturday, July 5th.
WFSB, Hartford.
Tonight, the world's most outstanding symbol of freedom and opportunity, the Statue of Liberty, is awaiting a nation's grateful tribute. America celebrates Lady Liberty's 100th anniversary. Good evening. A 4-day celebration has begun. America waves the red, white, and blue for Lady Liberty. Channel 3's Jerry Brooks is there in New York Harbor as these moments we'll never forget begin to unfold. We'll switch to Jerry now via News Satellite 3. Quite a vantage point you've got there, Jer.
Well, Don and Denise, considering there's 12 million extra people in New York City, can't beat this vantage point. And we also have to thank our friends at CBS for taking good care of their little nephews from Hartford. They are all set for the big party tonight. The president's going to come in and he's going to flick a switch that's going to light the new torch on Lady Liberty there, right over our shoulder. But actually, the day began today on a rather ecumenical note.
It is most appropriate that you are beginning the centenary celebration of this monument with thanksgiving to God, the source of all life, liberty, and love.
From Bogota, a message from Pope John Paul. And here in New York, a mass at St. Patrick's Cathedral conducted by Archbishop John O'Connor for the likes of Lee Iacocca and Bob Hope. After the mass, they rang a replica of the Liberty Bell and broke into song. Well, this is an event certainly worth singing about, especially the view of New York Harbor and all the ships. You've got small ships, you've got tall ships, you've got aircraft carriers. You even have people in kayaks in New York Harbor this afternoon. And the funny thing is, you know, you saw St. Patrick's Cathedral with the Lee Iacocas and the Bob Hopes and the Archbishop John O'Connors. Normally, they're huge. They're big people, and you'd cover them. But in the in this context here, they're just small pieces of a huge buffet table of big events. And the events will continue tonight with a concert on Governor's Island. As I said, the president will relight the torch. And it's just like being at a huge buffet. You don't know what to pick to eat next. But we'll have another taste for you coming up at 6.
Okay, thank you. Jerry Brooks reporting live from New York Harbor. Today, the small ships. Tomorrow, the tall ships and the warships. Well, New York City this morning escapes the cloudburst we saw at the GHO. Denise DeCenzo tonight anchoring Channel 3 team coverage from Cromwell as PGA tournament play gets underway. Denise, you are looking very patriotic in the red, white, and blue.
Why, thank you. Tomorrow's the 4th of July. Why not? It has been a great day out here, Don. Great golf. The first round is still going on right now behind me. And we did have some crazy weather, that's for sure. The leaders today are coming in, though, at about 7 under par, despite a 1-hour delay due to pounding rain. The rain sent thousands of golf fans running for cover. Thankfully, though, it was not a washout. The skies cleared rather quickly, and we were back to some serious golf again. The silver lining in these rain clouds is the great condition of the course. Now, apparently, it suits these golfers to a T by the looks of the scores today. Let's go to Bill Patrick live at the putting green with more. Bill?
All right, Denise, yeah, the rain is the best thing that could have happened to as far as the golfers are concerned, because as predicted, they have shot the lights out today, and the guy who shot them out better than anybody was Tim Simpson, who came in at 7 under par, and he is our leader at the moment. He shot a 64. He is at -7. Fuzzy Zeller, who started in the afternoon, is at -6. He has played through the 14th hole. We also have Tom Watson, who is at 6 under par, Dennis Watson at 6 under par, and Dan Forsman at -6. But again, there are still players out on the course. Fuzzy Zeller still has about 4 holes to play, and he could have something to say about this leaderboard before the first round is over. But again, Tim Simpson is our leader by 1 shot. Denise Mariali.
All right, thanks, Bill. Well, Mary Ollie Newman, 3 on Your Side reporter, joins us now. And Mary Ollie today has been looking into the people behind these great golfers, their families. Mary Ollie, what are they doing during the tournaments?
They give a lot of support. Wives and brothers, sisters, whatever, down there walking the course with husbands and fathers and brothers. But when families come to a tournament like this, you have to think about the whole family. And that includes the little ones.
This girl right here, she's my Cabbage Patch Kid, and her name is Flora, and she's 1.
The real-life girl on the right is Amy Jacobson and her sister Kirsten. While Dad, Peter Jacobson, plays golf, Mom drops them off at the official GHO daycare center. Moms and dads on the tour say daycare is no longer a luxury, but a necessity for families.
You look down a sheet and you kind of think about things like that. Oh, this tournament has a good nursery. Let's go there. I can take the whole family.
There's a third Jacobson child, 20-month-old Mickey.
You want to come with me? No!
Mickey wants nothing to do with me or Mom. He goes for 15-year-old Janie. Janie is the Jacobsons' babysitter back home in Portland, Oregon. She comes along to help when the family goes on tour.
There are more than 150 players here this week. 45 wives came along and 17 families. Those that bring the children say it's difficult, but they think it's worth it.
We do enjoy it. We think it's important enough that we're all together, so we just kind of make the trip out, and the kids love it. Today, Peter said he asked Amy, what house do you like better, our house at home or this house? And she said, oh, this house, Daddy, I get room service.
Jan walks the course with Peter, watching every move. She's done that since their college days.
I have to hear his round every day when he's done. The full 18 holes, I hear every shot, whether I want to or not, and I've learned that's something you just kind of listen to. Once he's done, takes 5 minutes, you know, then you go on.
The children aren't here with Jan, but Amy, the oldest, does understand what Daddy does for a living.
They know he plays golf. They watched him when he won here at Hartford 2 years ago. They were really excited. Daddy was winning. And Amy has asked him this year, Daddy, you know, you haven't won. Aren't you going to win again? You know, when are you going to win again? Just because that was fun to get to see him on TV. I'm not thinking second place. I'll definitely say that. I think he's played much better than how he has scored, and I don't see any reason why he couldn't win out here.
And Amy can see him on TV.
Amy can see, I'll bring Amy to the course if he's going to win. She can see him in person.
And all 3 of those little darling redheads may be there watching Daddy again.
You know, I guess it's just like anything else. It's really important to have that family backing.
Yes, she really maintains that. They try never to be apart for more than 3 weeks at a time, and she thinks it's important that wives and families go with the father and the husband on these tournaments.
All right, Don?
Hey, thanks, Denise. Getting to and from the GHO tournament site in Cromwell has not been a problem up to now, the start of tournament play today. Those who made the trip appreciate the extra road and highway signs that are posted in all directions along the way. And while the old bean field, the main spectator parking lot, took on a lot of water yesterday, that's back in good shape now. Sky 3 pilot Jack Mayers is aloft for some show and tell. We'll have a live report from Sky 3. Jack has been flying all day, watching the traffic situation develop. The rain cleared the cars out a little bit this this afternoon. But as Denise mentioned, the GHO tournament play got underway later after a short rain delay, and 7 under par is now the leader. Let's go up to Sky 3 and Jack Mayers. Jack?
Well, Don, right now I am over 91 just north of the city, and that's the only slow place that I've found all over the state at this point. Surprisingly, the traffic is very light for a 2-day weekend, let alone a 3-day holiday weekend. We have no real trouble spots except for this one. I was over the GHO just a minute ago, and everybody seems to be leaving there sporadically enough that there's no real problems leaving the GHO at this point. So really, Don, I don't know why it's so light. I expected people to take off on a holiday this weekend and really tie things up, but right now everything's running very smoothly. Back to you, Don.
Okay, thank you, Jack. Some good news tonight on the traffic situation. Well, for those of us planning to be closer to home this 4th of July, tomorrow, the Connecticut River is the stage for the 6th Annual River Festival, featuring added attractions to the always spectacular fireworks display tomorrow night. And we'll be bringing you live coverage, by the way. Events this year, in addition to the annual Hartford-East Hartford Tug of War tomorrow afternoon, some 250 pleasure boats will take part in a grand parade, and this year you'll be able to watch a hot air balloon race. Possibly as many as 500,000 people plan to join the fun throughout the 4th of July. Well, just ahead on Eyewitness News 5:30, Hilton has the forecast live from the GHO. The state of Connecticut files suit against 4 major oil companies, and we'll be showing you throughout the broadcast what's happening around the state this 4th of July weekend.
When I need a copy machine, I call A-Copy because they listen to find out what I really need. A-Copy recommended our Canon copier with just the features I was looking for at a price I could afford.
The Canon copier in the accounting department is incredibly reliable, but when we do have a problem, I call A-Copy, and their service technician is there in less than 5 hours. Guaranteed.
Call A-Copy for a Canon copier, and you'll have performance guaranteed.
Hamburger places may be good at making hamburgers, but when they try to make chicken, it doesn't always fly. That's why I count on the chicken experts, Kentucky Fried Chicken. The Colonel's secret recipe makes their chicken tender, juicy, and downright delicious.
Finger licking good.
At Kentucky Fried Chicken, all we do is chicken, so we do it right. Those burger places are only fooling themselves.
Kentucky Fried Chicken, we do chicken right.
Some of the greatest golf pros in the world are meeting a difficult challenge. The crowds are cheering them on. They're competing in the Canon Sammy Davis Jr. Greater Hartford Open, and it ends on July 6th. You can grab part of the excitement. Your Central Connecticut Buick dealers are furnishing all the official Buicks for this great event, and they'll go on sale at tremendous savings right after it's over. Reserve yours now at your Central Connecticut Buick dealers.
It was a classic move. Just what was the situation?
Well, the kid was in a real fix. Small sales force, big territory, no way to qualify leads. And they were looking for a big improvement in sales.
Stopple?
Yeah, sure.
What'd he do?
Called Southern New England Telephone.
The phone company? Now, there's a smart kid. What'd they say?
Telemarketing.
Smart move.
Like father, like son-in-law.
SNET.
Well, as far as the weather is concerned, the adventure continues at the GHO. We'll switch to Denise DeCenzo for the latest from Cromwell. Denise?
Don, you said it. You know, it was the kind of day out here where you didn't know whether to grab your umbrella or your sunglasses. Hilton, what happened?
Well, Denise, it's been the kind of day that I wanted to grab a sack and put it over my head. That's what happened. We had a shower move through that was pretty impressive this afternoon. Now, this is what we were looking for. Blue skies, a few fleecy clouds floating around, a nice breeze that's about to take my hair with it, and all in all, very pleasant conditions. That's what we've got right now, but that's not what we had earlier this afternoon. Bruce DePriest is standing by at the Channel 3 studios with a look at radar because earlier this afternoon we had some very heavy thunderstorms moving through southern New England. Bruce, what does it look like to you now, and what did it look like then?
Well, Hilton, weather conditions have improved quite a bit, but we did have several batches of heavy weather move through the area during today. This is a radar shot from 3:20 this afternoon showing a heavy line of thunderstorms across eastern Connecticut and another batch of heavy thunderstorms along the Connecticut coast between New Haven and New London. Now, we've had several reports of hail from these thunderstorms during the day. In Vernon, some hail was reported, some hail in Shelton, and hail in Willimantic. And I imagine other locations have had hail today, along with some heavy rain and lightning. But the live National Weather Service radar, which is just in a little while ago, shows all that heavy weather now over extreme portions of Massachusetts and Rhode Island. All we have in the center of the screen is ground clutter, maybe a few isolated showers, but basically right now we have a nice northwesterly flow of dry air, which is going to set us up for a nice 4th of July. Hilton, back to you at the GHO.
Bruce, that sounds good to me, and that northwesterly flow is coming through with a vengeance right now. Some pretty strong breezes here at the Tournament Players Club here in Cromwell. But I tell you what, everything is bright and green on the ground, so this rain must have been good for something. Let's take a look at the forecast from the Weather Center. For early this evening, weather conditions look pretty good. Things have calmed down quite a bit. Early this evening, the prediction is for mostly clear and breezy with temperatures 65 to 70. Overnight, a clear and cool night. This is an interesting low temperature forecast. The record at Bradley International Airport for tomorrow's date is 49 degrees. The forecast range of temperatures for tomorrow morning is 45 to 55, so near record low cool weather for tomorrow morning. And then during the day, the 4th of July will be mostly sunny, low humidity, highs near 80. It's not going to rain on anybody's parade or fireworks display or on this GHO tournament for that matter tomorrow. We're going to have some nice, dry, fair weather. This is what we were expecting most of the day, and I think we're going to come up with a beautiful day tomorrow. So, Denise, from where I stand here on a windy knoll at Cromwell, it looks beautiful.
And I can't complain either. It's just gorgeous. It turned out to be a really nice day, and it sounds like that nice weather is going to stay with us right through this weekend. And it is a pretty big, pretty important weekend, 4th of July, the Liberty celebration. Back to you, Don.
Okay, and we'll be back to you, Denise, momentarily. In the news tonight, Attorney General Lieberman fires his latest salvo in the investigation of gasoline pricing here in Connecticut. The state files suit against 4 major oil companies, accusing Exxon, Mobil, Texaco, and Sun Oil of violating antitrust laws by charging retail customers more than wholesale buyers for identical grades of gasoline, often as much as 20 cents a gallon more this year. The suit is asking for civil penalties that could reach into the millions of dollars. The Boston Pops in rehearsal for a spectacular holiday weekend concert that Channel 3 will carry live on Saturday night at 8 o'clock. Under the direction of conductor John Williams, the 90-minute program from Boston will include all-time favorites and American standards. It proves to be a visual extravaganza. The staging of Stars and Stripes Forever will be accompanied by fireworks and cannon fire. Again, the program Saturday night from 8 o'clock to 9:30. Coming up next on Eyewitness News 5:30, tonight's Health Team 3 reports. Dr. Red Duke takes a look at Tourette's syndrome, a disorder that is treatable once it's detected in children. We'll have the story when we come back.
You know, a big wheeler dealer like me has to keep up on the action. The players, who's hot, who's not. And what's a better deal than picking up a copy of Sports Illustrated? You see, Sports Illustrated...
Excuse me, sir, but I got a better deal.
Yeah, kid, right. I'll handle this. You see, Sports Illustrated gives me more than just stats and scores. I get the feeling of what it's like to hit a brick wall at 30 miles an hour. How it feels to look down the barrel of a loaded gun. To lose a tough one. And how it feels to win it all. That's what Sports Illustrated gives me.
Well, Sports Illustrated gave me this NFL Follies video cassette. Free, with my paid subscription. It's 44 minutes of fumbles, foolery, and follies. It makes a great gift, and it's free.
Free? Come on, kid. This is America. Nobody gives you something for nothing.
Okay, free for subscribing to Sports Illustrated.
Aha!
Ah, but that's just the half of it. I get Sports Illustrated for less than one-half your newsstand price. 27 action-packed weeks of football, baseball, basketball, and more delivered right to your door for 3 installments of just $9.79 each. That's more than 50% off. Subscribe now and you get the College and Pro Football Spectacular. Plus, you get this handy NFL schedule free, and you get the famous swimsuit issue uncovering what truly is man's favorite spectator sport. Phones are open now. Just call this toll-free number and you get the whole deal. You can even use your credit card.
Okay, let's get this straight. They get a 50% savings. The schedule, the football spectacular, the swimsuit issue, and the free NFL tape. Now, see, kid? That's a great deal.
Gee, sir, you're right.
Yeah.
Get the savings, get the special issues, get the NFL schedule, get the video cassette.
Oh, Sports Illustrated? I want to renegotiate.
Sports Illustrated. Get the feeling.
Call now. 1-800-525-5800.
Introducing Mousse du Jour, the best of ice cream, the best of mousse, America's first all-natural frozen mousse dessert.
Tonight in our Health Team 3 reports, Dr. Red Duke. The doctor tonight with a special report on the facial twitches that signal a neurological disorder. We often see the syndrome in children, and it is treatable.
Have you ever had the experience of some part of your body twitching uncontrollably like an eyelid or the corner of your mouth? Well, these movements are called tics. However, as far as children are concerned, a simple tic may signal the onset of a condition known as Tourette syndrome. Now, this simple little tic that we're talking about may be nothing more than repetitive blinking or twitching on one side of the mouth. Tourette syndrome is apparently a disorder caused by a chemical imbalance in the brain.
Very good. Now the other.
This imbalance causes the uncontrolled muscle contraction.
The treatment is a chemical treatment, although I think part of the treatment is the understanding and the diagnosis and management of some of the behavioral and school problems as well.
Now, in many instances, Tourette syndrome will just disappear with time. But sometimes it becomes a lifelong, serious process and needs treatment. Now, if you've got any concern about this or any similar disorder, please check with your physician. And I might add, you can get a lot of support from your local or national Tourette Syndrome Association. I'm Dr. Red Duke.
Next week, Dr. Duke reports on the children who are mistakenly thought to be hyperactive. Well, that may be a mistaken impression at the GHO tonight. Lots of excitement as the leaders come in. Channel 3's Denise DeCenzo anchoring our team coverage. Denise?
Don, you know, the GHO has so much glitter and glamour. We have the celebrities, the fans, the pro golfers, but believe it or not, it's really hard to make a buck out on these greens. Jim Vicevich will have that story coming up tonight at 6. Also at 6, police continue their crackdown on illegal fireworks. We'll have an update on this day before the 4th of July. And Jerry Brooks takes another look at Ellis Island and the people who walk through its doors to a new life filled with hope. Join us for those stories. They're coming up tonight at 6. And now let's go out to Bill Patrick to see what's still ahead on 5:30 Sports. Bill?
All right, Denise, coming up next, we'll take a look at the leaders. We'll have some highlights of who's on top, and also take a look at an old friend, Bob Murphy, former winner here at the GHO, and see what's happening lately. Coming up right after this.
She sailed out of Canada, bound for our shores, to satisfy a thirst no one has before. Out of Canada's maritimes comes schooner. If it's a smooth imported beer you've been looking for, aye, your ship has come in.
Kids, but I love the summer. Cookouts, build that perfect tan, and I save at Sound Playgrounds. What a store. I mean, they've got everything on sale. TVs, VCRs, nice bikini, stereos, and air conditioners. Oh, what I wouldn't give for an air conditioner right now.
Everybody out of the pool, come on.
Sound Playground, Berlin Turnpike, Newington.
In his new film, Big Trouble in Little China, Kurt Russell thrives on quick draws and close calls. But in real life, he's looking for a lot less excitement. And we'll tell you why on Entertainment Tonight. Then, Leonard Maltin gives you the word about last night, starring Rob Lowe and Jim Belushi. Plus, good news for fans of Kathleen Turner, Bruce Willis, and Sybil Shepherd in our home video preview. The stories and stars you want to see are always on Entertainment Tonight.
Join us late night tonight on Channel 3.
As you know, there was a lot of talk yesterday about the rain helping the course, and of course we had more rain today. But by the looks of the scores today, it looks like those reports were true. The scores were pretty good. Bill Patrick has more.
That's right, Denise. So scores were as low as I thought they would be. I thought they would shoot 7 under. Honest, and Tim Simpson did. Tim Simpson is our leader after the first round. As a matter of fact, we have a couple of players left out on the course. Fuzzy Zeller is one of them. He's making some waves. But our leader is Tim Simpson at the moment in the clubhouse at 7 under par. There's a nice birdie on 18. He shot a 64. He is alone in first place at the moment. As I mentioned, Fuzzy Zeller was making some noise. He birdied the first 5 holes on the front 9. He went off in the afternoon, and he was at 6 under par for a while, but now he is back to 4 under par as he took a double bogey on 15. Tom Watson, he's having a fine tournament. 6 under par for Watson, first time he's played the GHO in a dozen years. Dennis Watson, no relation to Tom, is also at 6 under par, so he is tied for second place. Also, Dan Forsman is at 6 under par, and Chip Beck with a birdie here on the 18th. He is at -5. Also, Roger Maltby is at -5, and Kenny Knox, who is through 17 holes now, is at 5 under par. But again, Tim Simpson, a 1-shot lead over 3 others at 7 under par. Now, the GHO, of course, means the best golf in all the world at the moment. You see fresh new faces as well as old familiar ones, and that's what this next story is all about. The fact that these old grizzled veterans aren't about to lay down and die just yet.
Maybe. Yes, sir! Can life really begin again in your 40s? Just ask Masters champ Jack Nicklaus, or Kentucky Derby winner Bill Shoemaker, or U.S. Open champ Ray Floyd. This has been the year of rejuvenation. The over 40 crowd is just eating this up. And now we can add another name to that list of rebirths, Bob Murphy. Last week at the age of 43, Murph won the Canadian Open, his first victory in 11 years.
Well, I felt really good after so many years of being so close so many times and finishing second and getting beaten in playoffs, and you wonder, what is that little bitty difference? I can't answer the question still, but it happened, and it was sweet.
Golfers these days are bigger, stronger, and more accurate than they've ever been. And those so-called young lions are threatening to take over. But not if guys like Murphy have anything to say about it.
Well, they're mostly, these young guys are all clones of myself anyway, 6'2", 180 pounds. So, I have no sympathy for that.
So for Murphy and his contemporaries, the beat goes on. And it may be tougher and tougher for them to produce week in and week out, but when they do, it's just as tough to explain why.
I guess maybe experience comes to play at different times, and especially in really tough golf courses, and perhaps that's the answer. I don't know. I'm certainly happy to see it.
And the golf fans are certainly just as happy to see it. The Murphys, Nicklauses, and Floyds have endeared themselves to crowds everywhere through the years. Should they win a tournament? Well, the love affair becomes that much stronger. Now, Murphy is a former winner here at the GHO. He absolutely loves it here, and vice versa.
Now, of course, we've been very active with the JCs and trying to help them in some projects, and so it's the place we like to come.
Bob Murphy today, by the way, shot 2 under par, so he is not out of it by any stretch of the imagination. Again, Tim Simpson, our leader at the moment, 7 under par over Tom and Dennis Watson and Dan Forsman, who are at 6 under par. Now, back to Denise on the 18th green.
All right, thanks, Bill. And of course, we have more GHO coverage coming your way. Stay with us.
It's all happening in Warren County, New York, the Lake George region. Enjoy the fun and excitement of over 100 rides, shows, and attractions at New York State's largest theme park, the Great Escape in Lake George. Or for yesterday's fun today that the whole family can enjoy, there's no place like Gaslight Village in Lake George. The Great Escape and Gaslight Village, only 2 reasons why Warren County, the Lake George region, has made everyone love New York.
Here's Carl Pagella, president of Carl Chevrolet in Enfield.
These are some of Carl Chevrolet's storage lots. As you can see, they're loaded with all models of new Chevrolet cars and trucks. The same cars and trucks that high overhead dealers sell. So you have a choice. You can buy a great Chevrolet from one of the high overhead dealers, or you can buy your new Chevrolet from Carl Chevrolet. The only difference is, if you buy from Carl, you're going to save a lot of money.
Carl Chevrolet of Enfield.
Moment is brought to you by Canon USA.
Sammy Davis Jr. didn't have the most orthodox golf style in 1973 when he first came to Wethersfield as our host. But over the past 11 years, he and his showbiz friends, Jackie Gleason, Bob Hope, Greg Morris, Milton Berle, Scatman Crothers, have turned the GHO into one of Connecticut's biggest summer attractions with $400,000 in prize money. Compare that with the first GHO purse of $15,000. So the New England salutes Sammy Davis Jr.
Introducing a high-performance machine for your office. Canon's NP7550 copying system.